many girls where I fuck up. Too many friends where I cut up. Just they smoke, just they jog up. I do overthink, I say top up. Won't you should go yellow.
Okay, sorry for the break in transmission. I was talking about around the pizza, talking that saying why are we always praying and praying without work? That prayer we said we have prayed for 65 years and now become the fourth most terrorized country in the world and the global headquarters of extreme poverty. You can imagine. Nigeria, global the Africa, the giant of Africa, global headquarters of extreme poverty. That's too much. These comments have also generated mixed reactions online. Some Nigerians agree the country needs stronger leadership and accountability. Others criticize the stance on faith and prayers. Of course, prayer can work, but prayer without work, it's effortless. That is doesn't work. It's faithless. There's nothing that's going to happen. You pray and you walk. They say watch and pray. As you're praying, you're watching. So that's what I was saying. All right, next I have here: men should pay us for having their babies. A lady argues. The lady stares discussion online after arguing that men should compensate women for carrying and giving birth to their child. In a video that circulated online, the woman claimed that pregnancy and childbirth involve considerably physical, emotional, and lifestyle sacrifices, and therefore, women deserve some form of compensation from their partners. She argued that many people view the idea as unusual simply because it's not widely practiced or discussed. According to her, compensation does not necessarily have to be financial in every case. She maintained that men should find meaningful ways to recognize and reward the sacrifices associated with pregnancy and childbirth. I agree with her, very true. But now I'm not talking about the financial aspects again. Of course, as ladies, she's saying the men should learn to appreciate women for carrying their children, for bearing their child. They should learn to show pain. It might not even be financially. It doesn't have to be in cash. It can be in kind. It can be in words. Because there's some kind of men, some unfortunate people that you give birth for and they would just talk and talk and they won't want to backlash you. They want to say things. They will not want to appreciate the pain you went through for the whole 9 months, the discomfort, and then the labor pain, the push. They don't appreciate that one. But so last week we talked about who was this lady, Victoria, that said her husband gave her a car for what? For push. Thank you for pushing. What are we saying? So I'm not actually saying it has to be in a cash way, like we have to appreciate her in a cash way. No, but at least your words, your actions should show that you appreciate the lady for carrying your child, for being this uncomfortable for good 9 months. Some even do more than 9 months, depending on the nature of the child. Men should pay us for having their babies. Yes, I said it, I finally said it. I know it sounds crazy right now because we're not used to it, but I swear you're worth it. How do we normalize giving birth to a child and the baby takes the father name for free? Imagine. I can't pick him for them. Do everything. All of this on the video going to be a papa name. My name will be gone. Some people don't even end up using their mother's language name, like native name that it was given to them from their mother's side. They just pick the father's name straight away. Yeah, no Grisha, I can't remember my mother's name, the one she gave me from her side. And also said they cannot afford it financially, they should pay you other way. You can be creative about it. The key word is payment, you must pay. And buckle up because check the comment section, there'll be a lot of rubbish people trying to make you feel bad for agreeing with me. But stand your ground because you deserve it. Because she knows that Nigerians, they tend to surely react, but the good and the bad people surely react to it. So I'll just say, you can pay in cash, you can pay in your words, you can pay just action, just to show you appreciate the lady for bringing birth. You see, just as simple as that. Alright, next I was supposed to. Man had broken, shares how his friend passed away after emergency hospital rush. Nigerian man has shared up about the circumstances surrounding his friend's passing, leaving him utterly heartbroken. He said on Twitter that his friend reached out complaining of chest pain and sweating heavily. Meanwhile, his friend was rushed to a nearby hospital. While a devastating incident unfolded, on arrival, the hospital had no electrocardiogram machine, resulting in him being rushed to another facility. However, the health facility and electrocardiogram test was conducted on his spot while a heart attack was detected. So the guy said he lost his friend due to what insufficiency of the hospital. They got to the hospital and found out that they don't have electrocardiogram machine. And then they took him to another one. Then they found that he had an heart attack. Upon detection, he requested aspirin to be administered to his friend. While arranging transfer to a teaching hospital, sadly the medication wasn't available. Meanwhile, he was rushed to a state teaching hospital while the medication was administered. However, the hospital didn't have a clot-busting drug that might have saved his friend's wife. Eventually, the friend passed away while arrangements were being made to transfer him to Lagos for other treatments. 3 hours after the journey began. Prior to the tragic incident, he was scheduled to meet his friend in Netherlands, seeking clarity about the Nigerian's health statement. He said, Nigeria really did me dirty today. How can an entire state not have a function CAS lab? I'm so broken right now. it's painful. His friend has a he had a surgery. Took him to the first hospital. Imagine 3 hospitals. Took him to the first one. They don't even have anything to run test. Took him to the second one. They don't have the machine. Okay, they had the machine, but they don't have what they need. After running the test, they didn't have what they need. And they asked, okay, please administer this one to him. Oh, they started talking and talking. They didn't have the clot busting. They took him to the third one. They didn't have the clot busting. That's not taking him to the teaching hospital. 3 hours after he complained of the incident, of the chest pain and everything, you can really imagine, like, it's right, it's wrong. Nigeria, I believe we can do more. Though there are some better hospitals around. Yeah, I can mention a few. There are hospitals that are actually good. They have these machines. Yeah, of course, they're going to be very expensive, but they're not